Welcome to the Week in Sneaks. I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the show where you catch up on all the latest hot things in the sneaker world. Let's start things off with some news from Jordan Brand. First up is the Air Jordan 5 Shanghai Shen. As of right now, these are not scheduled to hit the US shores, but a lot of people are hoping that they do. The black upper with the blue and the yellow accents are really nice. There was also the Air Jordan 1 that popped up in the popular Gamma Blue colorway, but it's mixed with a little bit of cool gray there. And finally, the Air Jordan 28 also made news this week in a light configuration. It looks pretty similar to the normal 28 with the exception of the shroud on the upper, which in my mind is actually a pretty good thing because the 28 is a very good performing shoe. As of right now, there is no release date on the 28 Lite, but make sure you stay tuned and I'll let you know as soon as I find out more. With the way that the sneaker world has exploded, custom kicks have also exploded, some good and some bad. Well, luckily this week we had some pretty good ones. Maj continues to put in his work with this Da Vinci custom of the Air Yeezy 2. Love that he looks past the normal and creates really unique pieces with his work. And speaking of Maj, he also put in work with this LeBron 10 custom for a private order. Great job of mixing the Volt, the gray, the black, and the elephant print. Shout out to DJ Clark Kent. Next up is this Air Jordan 3 Freddy Krueger by GB Customs. These are definitely crazy and were obviously inspired by the sweater that Freddy wears in the movie. I guess my question for you guys is the Air Jordan 3 or is the SB better? Which one do you like more? Let me know down in the comments. In some sneaker related but not exactly shoe news, the numbers for back to school were released as far as sales and units that were sold were released. So if you are interested in the business side of sneakers, then you'll definitely enjoy this. According to Matt Powell, the back to school season, which is considered the 8 weeks between mid-July to mid-September, accounts for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th busiest sneaker shopping weeks of the year. This year, Under Armour was the hottest brand, with a lot of that driven by the Under Armour Highlight Cleat, which makes sense because football season is here. Over half of the total numbers of basketball shoes that were sold were over $100, and that helped basketball sales, the unit-wise, increase into the high teens. Now, if this sort of basketball information intrigues you, you should give Matt a follow over on Twitter. It's MattSOS. He also answers a lot of questions, so feel free to talk to him about sneakers and sneaker sales and stuff like that. So again, give him a follow, MattSOS on Twitter. As far as runners go, well, they were on fire this week as well, which is a good thing in my book. First, we get a release date for the Bait and Asics Gel Saga Phantom Lagoon. They did a great job of mixing the navy, the aqua, the purple, and the sand accents. Look for those to drop on September 28th for $130 at the Bait store as well as baitme.com. There was also the Bodega and Saucony collaboration on the 6000. These will come in red and the blue colorway, and they are scheduled to hit actually on Saturday the 21st, and pricing for those is $110. And finally, the Death List 5 Asics collaboration with Extra Butter. They are inspired by the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad from a certain movie that I will not reveal, but you will have to search for yourself. Stay tuned, and as soon as Extra Butter drops a release date for those, I will let you know. And finally for today, there was a bunch of kind of random sneaker stuff, so here's some of the random things that I took note of this week. First is this Oregon colorway of the TW14 golf shoe, which is actually the shoe that I love to play in right now. Next up is the sneaker boot collection from Nike Sportswear. This is an interesting set of sneakers that have been updated with weatherproofing and longer lasting outsole. The Air Max 90 and the Lunar LDV look really nice to me, but if those aren't your style, there is also the Roshe Run High, there's the Nike Dunk Sky High, and the always popular Air Force One Duck Boot. And finally, the KD6 got a lot of shine with 5 new colorways that are said to release in the next few months. All of the colors are inspired by KD's own store, which I think gives us all a deeper connection with the shoe. Make sure you check the link in the description, and it'll give you all of the names of the shoes as well as those release dates. And last week, I wanted to know which athlete you felt deserved a signature shoe that doesn't already have one. Well, here are a few of your responses. Casey Towsley says Rondo. He wears a lot of foam posits, so it might be cool. There was also MiG23 Heat, who says definitely J.R. Smith. Have you seen what he can do with an ID? Now, over at Soul Collector, True King 3 wants to see Victor Cruz with a pair of his own shoes. I think that would definitely be cool. Giants fans would go crazy. And finally, we have Real Stokes 9, who would like to see Floyd Mayweather in a nice training sneaker from Reebok. Now, a lot of you guys picked Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving, which I definitely agree with, and they should definitely be on this list as well. And you should I'll just say stay tuned in the next couple of weeks. Well, for this week's question of the video, it's going to be all about you. So if Nike is going to design you a shoe, I want to know two things. One, what would you call the shoe, and what would the purpose of the shoe be? Would it be a basketball shoe, a football shoe, or would it just be like a lifestyle casual shoe? Let me know down in the comments, and of course, I will read back some of your responses next week.
It's a heat check, mother lover.
And for this week's heat check, I'm actually wearing the Busby LeBron 10. This is from Nike ID. I was selected by Honey Nut Cheerios, oddly enough, to get this shoe. So I'm actually rocking these today. Definitely very cool. They're a little bright. I don't know if I'll wear them anymore past today, but I definitely like them. Nice execution, and you know, the lace jewels are pretty dope as well. So that is my heat check for today. Bang, bang. Well, before I go, I want to make sure you guys check out a couple of videos. There's the hands-on video I did with the LeBron 11. Then I also did a preview of the shoe I just talked about, the Busby LeBron 10 Nike ID for the Honey Nut Cheerios campaign thing. So make sure you check those out. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. That way you know whenever something awesome is happening here on this channel. And also, visit the links down in the description. It'll give you the full story of everything that I talked about today. Well, I am Jacques Slade. This is The Week in Sneaks, and I will see you soon. Peace.